title, Consciousness, Reality, and the Infinite Possibilities, Understanding the Intersection of Mind and Matter Abstract. This paper explores the relationship between consciousness and reality, proposing that our individual perceptions and decisions play a role in shaping our shared world. Through the lens of higher dimensional thinking, we examine how microscopic chance events might underpin the structure of reality, while individual choices fine-tune the experience. Using analogies, we aim to make these complex ideas accessible and relatable, showing that the universe's underlying code, at both the microscopic and conscious levels, interacts to create the reality we perceive. Introduction: reality is a vast, complex construct, often described by science as an objective, physical space governed by laws of nature. But what if there's more to reality than meets the eye? What if consciousness, the very act of observing and experiencing, has the power to shape it? This paper introduces a novel perspective that combines quantum mechanics, higher dimensional theories, and human consciousness. By exploring these ideas through familiar analogies, we propose that consciousness is not just a passive observer, but an active participant in the creation of our reality. 1. The nature of reality, a shift from the observable to the infinite. We begin with the concept of the universe as a fixed physical space. Our senses and scientific instruments give us a limited view of this space, but can we truly understand it? Consider the analogy of animals that perceive the world differently than humans. Just as a dog's sense of smell or a bat's ability to use echolocation opens up entirely different worlds, it suggests that our own perception of reality might only be a sliver of what actually exists. Analogy: imagine that the universe is like a vast ocean. While we can only dip our toes in and experience a small part of it, there is a much larger and deeper ocean beyond our perception. Just as fish may experience a different reality than us, other dimensions or forms of existence might be happening simultaneously, but remain unseen. 2. The role of consciousness, how we shape our perception now. Let's consider how consciousness plays a role in shaping our reality. While we know we can observe the world around us, what if observation itself influences the fabric of reality? This idea builds on quantum mechanics, particularly the concept of wave function collapse. When particles exist in a superposition of states, it's only when we observe them that they collapse into a specific state. Does this mean our consciousness has the power to influence reality at the quantum level? Analogy: think of reality like a blank canvas. The possibilities are infinite, with every brushstroke representing a choice or observation that shapes the picture. Your conscious decisions are like adding colors or patterns to the canvas, each stroke contributing to the final image. But the canvas itself, what's possible, is influenced by deeper, unseen factors. 3. Microscopic chance and infinite realities, the foundation of all possibilities. At the microscopic level, infinite possibilities exist. Every time a choice is made, a new branch of reality could unfold. These branches coexist with microscopic events at the quantum level, determining which path our reality takes. But how does this relate to the macro world we experience daily? How do we navigate this seemingly infinite set of possibilities? Analogy: imagine a piece of code that determines the structure of a web page. Each line of code represents a possible reality, but when combined they create a cohesive whole. Each individual's choices are like lines of code that influence the layout, colors, and small details. While a single line of code might change a color or font, the overall structure of the page remains intact, influenced by the deeper foundation of the code. 4. Collective consciousness, how we all coexist in shared realities, while individual choices shape our personal experience. What happens when billions of people make decisions simultaneously? Does each person create their own reality, or is there a collective reality we all share? The key here is understanding that while our choices are important, they exist within a larger framework influenced by a collective consciousness. This larger consciousness is what binds us all together, creating a reality that is shared by many, yet experienced differently by each individual. Analogy: think of a multiplayer online game where every player contributes to the shared world. Each player's choices affect the environment, but the game world itself is governed by the game's rules and code. Each person's experience is unique, but they all exist within the same game world, shaped by both individual actions and the collective structure of the game. 5. Tying it all together, the web of consciousness and reality. In this section, we bring all the elements together, showing how microscopic chance, individual consciousness, and collective reality form a unified whole. The structure of reality is influenced by quantum chance events, but the finer details, how we experience it, are shaped by conscious decisions. Just as the web page code relies on the basic structure but allows for variation, our reality is shaped by both the foundational rules of existence and the choices we make within it. Analogy. Picture a garden where the soil represents the foundational code of reality. The plants, your choices, grow from this soil, influenced by the environment but still unique in their shape and color. Together, the plants form a beautiful, varied landscape, but the garden's layout is determined by deeper, unseen factors. Conclusion: the power of consciousness in shaping our reality. By considering the role of consciousness in shaping our reality through the lens of quantum mechanics and higher dimensional thinking, we begin to see that we are not passive observers of the world around us. Our choices, both individually and collectively, influence the reality we experience. While we may not fully understand the depths of how consciousness interacts with the fabric of existence, this framework provides a path forward in exploring how we might better navigate and shape our own realities. References: Quantum Mechanics and the Nature of Reality. Brief overview of quantum mechanics and the observer effect. Consciousness and the cosmos, discussing the link between consciousness and the fabric of reality. The role of collective consciousness in shaping reality. Insights from studies on collective decision-making and perception.